What's going on, everyone? This is L Trades, and today I want to do a market update because I've been bored. I know you've probably been bored, and there's nothing really going on anywhere, even in traditional markets. And I see right now that the sentiment, is kind of depressed. It might not just be depressed because people have lost money. It could also just be depressed because there's no volatility. I know that's why I'm pretty bored. And basically, the funny thing is, there's not much difference between BTC, or at least the structure of it, since the last update, which I don't know how long it was, but it was a long time ago. The last update was pretty much that drop, or nearing it, and we realized that there's no high time frame support until about 13 to 14k, around this area. And I guess technically speaking, that's the most likely scenario that it goes there, or maybe it goes up to backtest this, and hopefully it actually breaks through this, but we can't know that, right? So right now, what's happening? Well, objectively, we are pretty much halfway between the support and the high time frame resistance, and that means it's no man's land, right? I have found some alts that had good value and they played out pretty well, like LTC and Link. I don't know if any of you were even there to, see it, but I definitely posted those before they pumped. I posted Doge as well. And I'm saying that because I'm still looking and there's just not that much value. I think there is starting to be value within some blue chip DeFi coins. I wouldn't be surprised. This isn't really a blue chip DeFi coin, but I've realized that something like FTM, for example, which most people forgot about, has strong bullish div. It's not great now, but if you go FTM BTC, for example, you can see that it broke above the 200-day, it made a high and a higher low, it bounced on a 200 week, and it's actually just after the massive fall from last January, sorry. It's finally gone sideways since June and slowly made higher lows, and now it's made a local higher high and it's above the 20 days. So something like FTM you can definitely call silently accumulating. Someone is silently accumulating this. And for those out there who maybe followed the fundamentals, the teams, the projects, whatever, if you think that something like FTM is going to survive, then you would think that some smart people are accumulating this right now, and eventually it will be at a much higher price. Because if it's going to survive, and Bitcoin always comes back and the money flows back as it always does, then it's these ones that you're going to want. I'm not shilling FTM, I don't even own FTM. I'm just saying what you want is what you think will survive and has a somewhat of accumulation chart like this. There's a lot of coins that don't have this. There's a lot of shit coins. I call them shit coins, but they might not be. There's a lot of shit coins that have just no accumulation. I can't pull any off the top of my head, but they pretty much have been either down only or maybe have one bounce. But something like FTM, it's low, low, had the bull div. Of course, it pumps with that strong bull div. Makes a higher high, a higher low, and now a local high. I think it's just going to go to the 200-day and go like this. But it might take more time. Now, a little education for those who might have missed it. As you know, I've been long LTC. I've actually pinned it on my tweet just to really, really make sure that people figure it out. Because one guy commented, he's like, stop shilling after you bought. It's like, dude, I bought this so early, and it was one of the reasons that I made some money from what I've lost from FTX. Because, I took a haircut in the FTX dump. I didn't lose everything, but definitely took a haircut. And they made it back with the LTC long from around 56, I think it was. And then anyways, so LTC, what's going on here? Well, it's above the 200-day. It just made a higher high. It's bounced on this local support. It could definitely go back down to the 200-day, 58. But coming up to its halving, let me show you something clean. Coming up to its halving, don't worry about this. So LTC usually pumps a couple of months before it's halving, right until about 56 something like odd days, something like that. And then it dumps into the halving event. Then the halving event itself usually has a pretty big dump. Same thing happened. So this happened in 2015. Same thing happened in 2018. LTC pump, 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 and then started to decay before the halving. That which it then continued to decay afterwards. Basically, my assumption is that LTC will probably do something similar, but nothing is always the same, and it truly depends on crypto getting more money into it and BTC getting more money into it. So this is uncertain, and I'm not shilling it, especially at these prices, which are pretty high right now. But this was one of my assumptions, along with a trend change on LTC BTC, right? There was a trend change. It was above the 20-day. It was literally right here when I said to buy it on my pin tweet, right there, and then it's gone crazy. Yeah, and it also has a merchant narrative, which will probably come up after Elon makes Doge to the Twitter coin. I think LTC will follow in that type of narrative, which reminds me, I'm going to look at Doge. Yeah, like Doge weekly, it's interesting. It's not great. It doesn't show much. It's probably going to do something similar to like, so you can say that this part is pretty similar to this part. You had that long accumulation, massive random one candle pump. Wasn't random, we called it actually. And then the decay into the 200-day, and then the bounce, right? So it's the decay to the 200-day, and then the bounce. So it's pretty similar to April of 2019. But what's so crazy about this is if you compare Bitcoin to 2018, so that orange thing is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was bottoming and also slowly going up, and going up pretty hard with Doge in 2019. But this time, Doge went up hard by itself while BTC was decreasing. BTC makes a new low while Doge makes a higher low. So obviously, and I've been saying this for a very, very long time, if you've been following me, obviously, if you want to like just reduce your risk and go with an asset that's more likely to pump, if crypto does pump, it's something like Doge. And I always say this because it's always proven to be correct. High low right now, it could just start to die. If it goes to like 7 cents, or maybe hopefully even makes a low, and I say hopefully because I want more of it, then I will be buying. Nothing wrong with buying here and holding for years, I think Doge eventually makes way beyond all-time high. By eventually, it could be 2 years, or 3 years, but who cares? We got Ethereum. This is going to be kind of a long one because I'm just going through stuff. Don't worry about that. So Ethereum, what can we say? It's under the 200-week. It's not great. If it backtests it, maybe it doesn't even do that because it's weak. It could just keep going down. It's below the support, 2018 support. It's above this support, but doesn't mean much. Yeah, literally no man land. Something that like changes the whole narrative is literally like maybe a crazy pump that lifts it above the 200-week and the 200-day, but it's either that or it can come crashing down, and you don't want to be on either side of that. The only position that I'm in regarding Ethereum, and I always say this on Twitter, is I'm short FBTC. Don't worry about that fractal, it's just for fun. But I've been short FBTC since about around here. It's been annoying for sure, but and I don't even know if I'll keep it. But I just think that this is likely to be distribution, and we'll just see how that pans out. So yeah. Oh yeah, the most important thing, guys, SPX has been just utterly destroying. Well, destroyed actually, not destroying. It got a bit above the 200 days, caught some bulls, same as it did in March, and then just now has a 3.47% dump candle, red candle, and we're not sure where it's going to stop. Like you can definitely expect it to bounce soon just because of market reflexivity. Like that's too many red candles. It's probably going to bounce back soon. But until we break like a 200-day or make a higher low first, I'm not going to feel confident about it. Does the GFC narrative still stand? I don't know. It broke the GFC, the 2008 structure. The fundamentals, the macro fundamentals could make a case that the recession gets worse next year, for sure. But all I can say is I personally don't see it. I'm not going to get into the reasons why. I've already said it like a billion times, but um, for example, I don't see BTC going much below 10k. And if SPX goes below the last low, I think BTC like pretty much nearly dies. That's how crazy this is. So I think actually the SPX might go lower. I don't think it goes much lower than the last low. I personally don't even think it goes lower than the last low, but we will see. So yeah, that's the market update for today. Still just waiting, guys. Oh yeah, I want to finish with this because some of you may be new to this market. And my microphone has been a mess. Ugh. There it is. Some of you may be new to this market and just feeling depressed. Some of you may be like me where we're not new and just depressed because there's like no volatility and also took a bit of a hit in stuff like FTX and some other scams. But I just want to reiterate that you're going to be okay because what you've learned from this in this short period of time of a bear market in crypto will have taught you more about trading and composure and emotions and made you stronger than anything else. This will probably make you stronger if you lost everything than the average, investment banker who's been doing it for 20 years or the average trader who's been trading at Goldman Sachs for like 10 years because, it's not their money and crypto is accelerated. So everything you see like the psychological cycles, it's faster than usual. So you're learning very, very quickly from this. And you have it deep inside you now to succeed the next cycle. It's within you. You may not think you have the math ability or the psychological ability, but it's like a muscle memory. And next time the cycle comes, not only are you going to make a lot of money, but you're going to know instinctively to take profits because you're going to have PTSD from this time. And so you're going to be okay. Don't overstress. You'll be all right. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Just stay alive, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.